Hi there and welcome to Connecticut Style. I'm Teresa LaBarbera. It's so great to be back with you and thank you for joining us. Coming up today, Operation Smile mobilizes a world of generous hearts to heal children's smiles and transform lives across the globe. We'll meet the woman behind their teddy bear project. Plus, the Institute for American Indian Studies shows us maple sugaring the Native American way. And we'll hear about the good work of the Friends of Yellow Haven Children's Hospital. Over to you, Jocelyn.
Welcome back, Teresa. We missed you and want to welcome back food writer Pam Anderson. It's always great to have you with us.
Always great to be with you, especially this time of year.
Yeah, and we are going to benefit from you being here today because you brought two fabulous recipes.
It all goes in one oven. I call it shove it in the oven.
Shove it in the oven. Is that the name of a cookbook?
It should be, don't you think?
Maybe your next cookbook.
I think so.
All right, so what are we making today?
Well, it's a chicken stew with wonderful spring vegetables. It's what I call winter meets spring. So it's going to be warm, comfort food, but a lot of vibrant, beautiful spring vegetables.
That's
and
the first one.
So easy.
Okay, and the second one?
It's going to be some roasted pineapple that makes a natural caramel sauce while it roasts. And then you just put a little ice cream, maybe some chopped pistachio in it, and you've got dessert and your main course all in one oven, all at one time.
Oh, love it. All right.
Isn't that great?
It is. I can't wait for it. Let's tell everybody what they need to do right now. Pam, take a look at that camera.
You need to sit back, relax. You're having lunch with style.
Time's running out on your chance to get great entertainment at a great price with Xfinity from Comcast. Call 877-494-9158 before March 11th and get Xfinity TV, internet and voice, each for $19.99 a month for 6 months when you bundle all three. With Xfinity, you'll get your favorite channels plus popular networks like CNN and Discovery, all in crystal clear digital picture and sound. Plus, Xfinity Internet gives you fast speed so you can do more of what you want online. You'll also get the reliability and safety of a home phone for less. Get TV, internet, and voice for $19.99 each a month for 6 months when you bundle all three. So switch today. There's no term contract required. And it's all backed by the 30-day money-back Comcast customer guarantee. Only with Xfinity from Comcast. But you have to hurry, because this limited time offer ends March 11th. So don't wait. Call 877-494-9158 today.
I'm here to tell you that your options for getting out of debt have never been better. How do I know? Because I'm Howard Dvorkin, the founder of Consolidated Credit. For nearly 2 decades, we've helped over 5 million people just like you. Simply pick up the phone and find out what our Freedom Quest program can do for you. Reducing your payments by up to 50% is just the beginning. As soon as you call, the hard part is over.
Call Consolidated Credit now. 1-800-774-8296.
Lisa Laurie knows the value of a smile. She's the mother of 3 boys, each born with facial paralysis. After years of surgeries to give her own children their smiles, Lisa now helps other children through the Operation Smile Teddy Bear Project. Joining me now is Lisa and one of her sons, Zachary, to talk about the program. Welcome both of you to the show.
Thank you.
So, Lisa, let's talk about what it was like for you and your husband when all 3 of your sons had the same paralysis.
Well, we've had surgeries over the last 3 years, and before we had the surgeries, it was difficult for them in a variety of different ways. It was difficult to eat, it was difficult to speak clearly, and of course it was hard for them to show emotion. And we just didn't even think it would be possible to have a smile, and then we found a surgeon who could provide some muscle transplants for us, and so each of them now has the ability to smile.
Oh, that's wonderful. How old are your boys?
11, 9, and 8.
All right, let's take a look at some before and after pictures, and you could tell me exactly what happened here. So those are your 3 boys.
Okay, and so that's just them sitting on our front doorstep, and that's the most that they could smile at that age. Yeah.
And then here's the after. Oh, big smile.
After. Yes, yes. So you can see it's a very dramatic difference for them. It also gives them the ability to close their mouth much better as well.
Oh, that's fantastic. So let's talk about Operation Smile. How did this all get started?
Well, midway through the transplant process, we were so grateful to the surgeon that had helped us that I wanted to give back to him in some way. And he's a medical volunteer for Operation Smile. And when my children or any child in the Western world goes into surgery, they can usually bring a stuffed animal or a blanket to comfort them. But in the developing world, you can imagine they don't even have a toy. So my best girlfriend from childhood, a handbag designer, Kathy Van Zelen, and I decided to come up with a gift that we could give the children going into surgery. And so she had this idea to do these teddy bears named after my children. So there's the Zachary, Luke, and Griffin bear. And the idea is that when you donate a smile for $240, you give the gift of a bear to the child, and the donor also gets a gift. So it's really to inspire people to give. And
sure. And also a little comfort to the patient.
Absolutely, absolutely. You can imagine how scared children are going into surgery, and it's just nice for them to have something to hug and cuddle.
Absolutely. Well, Zach, let's talk about this. What's it like to have a great smile?
Well, when I first got it, it felt really fantastic and excited, and it still is.
Oh, good. And your brothers are happy too?
Yeah.
You're the big brother. You have a lot of responsibility there.
Yeah.
Now you have the blue bear. All the blue bears are Zachary bears?
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's fantastic. Well, let's talk about how people can get involved.
Okay. You can go on the Operation Smile website, which is operationsmile.org. And if you look at the teddy bear project, which is on there, 3 little bears, you can click on. And as I said, if you for a donation of $240, you get a bear and you give a bear going to a child going into surgery. And $240 seems like a lot of money, but for a surgery that's worth $15,000 or $20,000, it changes their life. It's really incredible.
And Lisa, lastly, just tell me how you think this changed the lives of your sons.
The smiles change, well, to say it was a game changer is an underestimation. I mean, it really transformed our lives. You know, I underestimated how good it would make them feel about themselves, and also their ability, you know, a smile is universal. All smiles mean the same thing in every language. So for them, it really made them happy and brought them great joy, and we're happy to try to help other children get this as well.
Oh, very good. Let's put some information up on the screen. For more information about the 3 little bears and Operation Smile, go to WTNH.com and click on CT Style. Zach, Lisa, thank you so much for being here.
Okay, thank you.
All right, up next, spring entertaining made easy. Jocelyn's in the kitchen when Connecticut Style returns. Don't go anywhere.
Have you been rejected for a car loan 1 time, 2 times, or more?
Stop getting rejected.
And get the financing you deserve at Bob's of Milford.
This beautiful Nissan Altima could be yours for just $99 down or $99 a month.
Stop getting rejected.
Get approved at Bob's.
Bob's of Milford.
He just wants to get you a loan.
Open Sundays.
Carter Mario gets fired up for accident victims across Connecticut.
When you see news happen, get fired up and report it to News 8. Tell your story and show the facts.
Report It, powered by Carter Mario Injury Lawyers. You're sending us your story ideas through Report It, and we're getting you real results.
A West Haven man says News 8 had his back and got a crew here to start cleaning up this mess.
Thanks for being a part of the team, and keep those story ideas coming.
The shops at Saybrook Country Barn with a word on quality. It starts with a long history of dedication for a trade passed from generation to generation. An understanding that nothing happens before its time. A respect for fine materials. At Saybrook Country Barn, we believe in those commitments. It's what we've stood for over 35 years. For a lifetime of beauty and comfort, the shops at Saybrook Country Barn in downtown Old Saybrook.
Inviting friends over for dinner sounds easy enough, right? That is until your guests arrive and you're stuck in the kitchen scrambling to get things done. There's nothing entertaining about that, but there is an easier way. And Pam Anderson is a food columnist and blogger and the author of Perfect One-Dish Dinners, all you need for easy get-togethers. He's back to share recipes she says you can just shove in the oven. I love that, shove it in the oven.
I do too.
Oh my goodness,
That's
all
what
right.
we all want.
This looks really good. It smells really, the aroma is just fabulous.
Yes, it is really good. It's really funny because I was on here a little over a year ago demonstrating my sausages and white bean cassoulet style, which is a shove it in the oven style dish. And that dish was so popular that I thought, I need to create more dishes like that where you just throw everything in the pan and shove it in the oven.
A lot of people are busy these days. They want to be able to just cook and eat quickly.
That's right. And I thought a chicken dish would be perfect because everybody loves chicken. You can always get your kids to eat chicken. I mean, if nothing else.
What's the name of this dish?
This is shove it in the oven chicken stew with spring vegetables. And it's a creamy stew. And I felt like this was the perfect thing for you this time of year because we're right in the middle of seasons. Winter is, we pray, just about over, and spring is almost here, which is demonstrated
my tulips are popping up in my garden.
We got a little tulip, but we also got a little evergreen too, right? Because we are right in the middle.
We're not officially in spring yet. Yeah. Absolutely.
So we've got a dish that's warm and comforting and stewy, sort of to keep us warm.
What do you have in there?
Well, we've got some boneless, skinless chicken thighs, which I've cut into some pieces, some carrots, mushrooms, leeks, a little garlic. You just chop it all up and throw it in here. The one thing I wanted to demonstrate for you is because I feel like a lot of people don't know what to do with leeks. If you wanted to, you could absolutely just go ahead and substitute onions, but I think the leeks give it such pretty color. A lot of people don't know what to do with these. A lot of times they just lop it off right there, and look at all that waste.
I'm one of those people.
Yes, okay. So what you can do is just cut off the outer leaves of the leek, the dark green part, and then leave the rest of it there and then just chop from there. For this dish, I take this now. You've still got this, and you can throw this into stocks or broths or whatever. When you're making that, you can save these, or even vegetable broth. But this is your leek, and then from here I quarter this lengthwise and cut it into 1-inch lengths. You need to wash these before you use them as well, because there's a lot of, not a lot, but there's often grit and dirt in here that you don't want in your dish. So that's a nice trick, I think, for people if you're uncomfortable or have never dealt with leeks before.
And how do you choose leeks?
Oh, well, you know, just the way you would normally choose another vegetable, as long as it looks bright and firm. You don't want it kind of looking wilted or sad.
Okay.
You know, but there you have it. Yes, exactly. So this is a little tarragon too, a little oil, salt, and pepper. This just goes in the oven. 45 minutes later, it comes out looking like this.
Look how creamy this looks.
Well, I added a little bit. Now, once it comes out of the oven, you then just put this on top of the stove and add a little chicken broth and just a tiny bit of cream. This is not a heavy cream dish, but just a little bit just to give it that nice creamy color. And I know that you are dying for a taste of this.
Absolutely.
The great thing about it is that once you've got your
oh, that's enough. Thank you.
Is that enough? I want to give you.
Absolutely. I can't eat everything.
Oh, you gotta have a carrot too. All
right, I'll have a carrot.
Because you need to make it look pretty.
Oh, it does. You're right. All the colors and everything.
You're right. So there you go.
Okay.
So there's the added benefit here. I mean, this is a great, I think, weeknight dish, but I think it's also beautiful enough. In fact, I was down visiting my parents in Florida, and we had people over for dinner, and this is exactly the dish I made for them. So it's easy enough for weeknight dinner, but it's also simple enough and special enough for company as well.
The chicken is really tender.
It is easy to chop boneless, skinless chicken thighs to me are the new. Isn't that good?
Very good.
Yeah. Yeah, and no sauteing, no searing. You know, you just throw it in.
Not much of a mess either in the kitchen.
Completely not. No mess here, right?
Do you have something else you want to share with us?
I do, and I'm going to have you scoot down because I wanted to demonstrate this. But no, we can just go down a little bit further. Yep.
While I eat, you talk.
The beautiful thing about this dessert is that you shove it in the oven at the same time as the main course. So they both cook together. You can go to the grocery store and simply buy the pineapples that are already peeled and cored for you. But I looked at the grocery store to check yesterday to see what the price difference was, and it's dramatic in a lot of places.
So you save a lot more. You're saving if you buy the pineapple.
And it's not that big of a deal. You just twist off the top, lop off the top and the bottom, and then start slicing down the side. You need to cut deep enough into the pineapple to cut off those brown eyes, though. See how you want to make sure that those are out. You just slice all the way down, And then we've got our pineapple. Now you say, well, how do I core that?
Yeah, that would be hard.
Well, you can buy a pineapple core, but what I'm going to do here is, since I'm slicing it, I'm going to cut this pineapple into 6 pieces.
Oh, I know what you're going to do. Okay.
So we are 6 pieces,
yes.
so 6 people it's going to serve. And then I take a biscuit cutter and then just cut down, and that takes the core out. So in the preheating oven, you're going to add your pan and melt the butter. To that, you're going to add some brown sugar, and then you just set your pineapple on top of that. And the combination of the brown sugar and butter and the juices from the pineapple make this beautiful sauce. At the end of the meal, just put your pineapple on a plate, top it with some ice cream, sprinkle it with maybe some toasted pistachios or any kind of pecans, coconut, whatever you want to give it a little crunch, and that's your dessert.
Now, you don't put it at the same time, both of them in the oven, do you?
Yes.
You do, and you leave it there at the same time?
Yeah, so we should call this shove it in the oven dinner.
Oh my goodness.
Because
Okay, so you put it in and take it out all at the same time.
Yeah, well, you pull this out, and you need to cook this on top of the stove for another 3 minutes.
And
but then this stays in for a little bit longer, just till you get that nice thick juice quality.
That's great. And the recipe will be on our website, but it's also on your website.
3minicooks.com. Go there for the shove it in the oven chicken stew. It's a brand new, as I said, hot out of the oven recipe.
And just really quickly, what's happening on the blog? What are people talking about?
Well, I just posted this morning about the new unofficial Mad Men cookbook. I'm doing a benefit dinner in my area on Sunday night, the premiere of Mad Men. So we're doing a Mad Men themed dinner. So on the site, I've got a really great, really delicious crab mimosa salad with crab and avocado and a nice Russian dressing. Yum.
Sounds good. All right. So if you want Pam's recipes, we'll have them on our website as well. But also go to WTNH.com and your website, which is
3minicooks.com. THREE. minicooks.com.
Up next, a look back in time to experience maple sugaring the Native American way.
It's cold. Oh my God, it's so cold. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God, cold. It's so cold. Yeah.
Now is the best time to make your vacation plans to visit Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, where sun and fun has never been more affordable. Enjoy our most famous attraction absolutely free. 60 miles of picture-perfect beach line. Situated just steps from our nationally acclaimed boardwalk and the Atlantic's only seaside skywheel. What a view. Go to visitmyrtlebeach.com and plan your family vacation today. You'll also find incredible deals on area accommodations and coupon savings on exciting attraction options. Treat yourself to world-class live entertainment, exceptional variety, amazing value. Discover unique shopping, affordable outlet malls, specialty stores, and one-of-a-kind seaside boutiques. Savor authentic Carolina coastal cuisine, caught fresh daily from our own backyard. Go to visitmyrtlebeach.com today for valuable getaway deals and save big on your next trip to Myrtle Beach. Visit Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and experience so much more for so much less.
Long before recorded history, Native Americans were the first to extract sweeteners from their natural environment. Nowadays, we call it maple sugaring. Joining me to talk about it is Dr. Lucy Lavin, Director of Research and Collections at the Institute for American Indian Studies. Welcome to Connecticut Style.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
So, Doctor, you have an event on March 17th. It's the annual Maple Sugaring Festival. Sounds very New Englandy. Sounds fun. What can people expect?
It is, and it's very traditional. It is a traditional Native American social and religious festival in their regular round of festivals. And what we normally do is it starts at 11 and goes to 3, and all during that time we have ongoing demonstrations of the traditional Native American way of making maple sugar and maple syrup. In the afternoon, we have a lot of children's activities. I'm not quite sure what they'll be. Education department puts them on, and they're usually a number of Native American games, making Native American crafts, storytelling, things like that. And then between 11 and 1, the visitors can come down to our building and enjoy free pancakes with Connecticut.
With the syrup, right?
Connecticut maple syrup,
which you said is the best, right?
Yes, it is. And coffee and orange juice.
Sounds fantastic. All right, well, let's talk about some of the artifacts here. They're used in the process of sugaring.
They are. They are. First of all, Euro-American maple sugaring is usually done with metal utensils.
Okay.
An electric drill, metal spouts, metal pails. Native people did not.
We didn't have that back then, right?
They did not. They did not have metallurgy. So basically they were using stone and wood. And what they would do is take a stone axe like this, and they would make a V in the maple tree.
Now that looks like it's been used. How old is that, do you think?
The axe head is probably around 6,000, 4,000, maybe even older.
Wow.
It is an artifact, but of course the handle has been replicated because wood deteriorates very quickly in Connecticut archaeology sites. So you'd make a V, and then at the base of that V, they would take a hollow reed or a hollow twig. For example, a sumac has hollow twigs, an elder has hollow twigs, and they would put it into that V. They would attach it with pine gum or spruce gum, and
we're looking at some pictures right now of the process. And you can see that they have these artifacts out there.
That's right. And then they would put one of these birch bark containers under that spigot, and the maple sap would come down through that spigot and into a birch bark container such as this or that. And this is out here because this is a drill with a stone point, and if they had already made a tap hole in that maple tree that had healed over, then they would use the drill to just roughen up that tap hole. And
an olden day drill right there.
That, yes, and that is a real drill. Probably dates, oh gosh, that looks like it probably dates to about 2,000 years ago.
And what do we have over here?
Well, what they do is once they get the sap in here, they dump it into a large wooden trough, and I think it's in one of the photos you have there. It's actually a tree trunk that Native people have hollowed out. They burn it and then they scrape it and make this hollowed out tree trunk. And they pour the sap in there. Then they have a roaring fire going, which we will have at there. And there are hot rocks that you put into the fire. You pick those rocks up, not with your hand though. Sure. But you pick them up because they are red hot and put them into the sap. And this is how you get them to boil.
Okay.
And you have to constantly watch it, especially if you're going to make sugar.
All right.
Because it burns quickly. And
Doctor, we're out of time. I hate to cut you off here, but I'm getting yelled at again. We just want to remind people that the event is Saturday, March 17th from 11 to 3 at the Institute for American Indian Studies. That's in Washington, Connecticut. For more information, go to iaismuseum.org. It sounds like a great event, and we'll learn all about it there.
I'm sorry I didn't get to these because this is what they store the sugar in.
All right. Well, we'll look online for more info. Stay with us. More Connecticut Style after the break.
Okay, great. Thank you.
If you're between the ages of 40 and 85, call 1-800-248-9700 now to find out more about Funeral Advantage. The average funeral costs over $9,000, but the most government benefits will pay your family is only $255, leaving your loved ones to pay the balance. Call now to learn how Funeral Advantage helps protect your loved ones. It pays up to $20,000 cash immediately for funeral and any other expenses. You must be age 40 to 85 to qualify. It's easy. No physical examination is necessary. And coverage starts as soon as you're accepted. To get free information about Funeral Advantage, call 1-800-248-9700 now. With Funeral Advantage, your rates will never increase. Your benefits will never decrease, and your plan cannot be canceled. You'll also get a free planning guide to help carry out your wishes, so everything is done just as you'd want them to be. Funeral Advantage pays up to $20,000 cash to your family when they need it most. To get free information about Funeral Advantage and its benefits, call 1-800-248-9700 now. There's no obligation. Call now.
Send your pics and video to report it at WTNH.com.
For more than 20 years now, the Friends of Yale New Haven Children's Hospital have been passionate about children, their health, and well-being. They've raised millions of dollars to support the children and their families. Here to tell us how you can help is Diane Molicotos, president of this group of community volunteers. Great to have you back, Diane.
Thanks for having me.
What is the mission of the Friends of Yale New Haven Children's Hospital?
The mission is really improving the health and well-being of children and their families at the hospital. That's our sole mission.
Well, we do have a lot of things that we do for, I should say I'm also on the board along with you. We do have a lot of programs that we support.
We do. We support, we've recently funded a pediatric chemotherapy room for the new cancer hospital. As of late, we funded the MRI goggles, which allows children to go into an MRI machine and watch one of their favorite videos, so they don't need to be as heavily sedated or sedated at all as typically is done for them. And we funded a palliative care specialist, and we funded an emergency fund for parents that arrive and they don't have any clothing or resources when their child enters the hospital.
We do a lot of programs that the hospital itself cannot fund.
Correct.
But we also lobby for children's issues.
Yes, we used to do quite a bit of that. We do, yes, in terms of health insurance. We have.
Absolutely. And we, in the past, have had telethons, but lately we've had what we call the annual Night Out for Children. Explain what this is about.
Yes, this is an event that we used to have years ago, and it was very successful, and it was recently resurrected last year. And we basically have a very nice dinner at Longworth Theater in one of their rehearsal halls, which is quite nice, and then we go over to and see a show. This year it's Bell, Book and Candle, which is a romantic comedy involving love and witchcraft, so it should be really fun.
And we do have the information for this big event. It's Night Out for Children, Friends of Yale New Haven Children's Hospital. Benefit is at the Longworth Theater, Friday, March 9th.
Right, that's this Friday at 6 o'clock.
It is this Friday, and the dinner starts around 6, and then immediately people go to the theater to watch the play. Tickets still available?
Absolutely. Still available. You can visit our Facebook page, Friends of Yale New Haven Children's Hospital, and you can see some more information there. Or you can call us at 203-688-6437 if you're interested in attending.
Also, we are always looking for more friends, aren't we?
We are.
So we need more volunteers to join us.
We do. Anyone who has, you know, who embraces our mission and feels they can help us in our fundraisers is always welcome.
It is really, truly all about the children, and that's what we stress. We care about what's happening, and we have this jewel right in our backyard, Yale New Haven Children's Hospital,
yes, we do.
Offering so many fabulous services.
We do. We do. And our board is comprised of 30 people from the greater New Haven area, all committed to the mission.
All volunteers.
Yes, we're all volunteers.
Diane, thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. And we want to thank all of you for watching as well. Make it a great day, everybody.